Hi, I am Ellie. We are always feeling something, feeling. We are feeling always because our nervous system is responding to our environment. And we can learn to flow with the river of life when we learn to work with how we are feeling. And so I'm going to talk about how I work with feeling in this powerful way. And the first thing that we can do to work with feeling is to become accustomed to feeling, intense, uncomfortable feelings, energy, emotions. There are certain emotions like anxiety, fear, worry, grief. These feelings, emotions feel very uncomfortable in the body. And so we have a hard time with them. We want to get away from them, and we want to, and we react through them. We lose consciousness through our feeling when our emotions are activated. And so, one of the most powerful things that we can do is to, when we are feeling a strong emotion in the body, the sensation, when we come out of the mind, drop all of the mental story, because it's the story about the feeling in the body, the sensation, that is causing us to suffer. We can feel pain and distress. When you say suffering, it gets confusing. Unnecessary pain, let's say that, unnecessary pain. When we go out of the mind and just feel the sensation, we are actually becoming more capable of tolerating that energy, that feeling, that emotion in the body. And this is important. So we can strengthen this like a muscle, our ability to feel energy in the body, emotions. This becomes very useful for many, many reasons. One is that actually, this feeling, all of the feeling that we're feeling is information about our environment and about ourselves and the direction we want to go. Very important information. And so when we can become more capable, we increase our capacity to feel difficult energy in the body, we can then really start to work with the energy, the emotion, to learn from it. What is it trying to tell us? Oftentimes, we are being activated. There is energy in us that is being activated. It's not coming from outside. Sometimes we do receive energy. If there's someone standing in front of you and they are raging out, screaming, you are receiving their energy. Now, what you feel in your body is going to be, so we can feel that can have a momentary, an effect on us, other people's energy. It affects our energy. But anytime we are feeling something, it is our information about us, what we need to know. So we can start to, by that process of coming out of the mind, dropping the story, and really practicing doing that, because this is our connection to consciousness. This is us open as consciousness. Here is where we get the wisdom, not through the thinking mind. We don't think our way through pain. We feel our way through. And we also gain information, wisdom. And so this is really important, because this is our guide, this is our map. So whatever we're feeling, it would really serve us to feel and to understand why it is here. Much of the feeling that we feel, also we are served to feel this, we're served to feel however we feel, because, like I said, it's stored energy in the body. All of our experiences that we experience, if they are impactful in any way, either good or negative, we store it in the body. And that energy we carry with us, and it is activated. Sometimes a lot. Sometimes it's dormant for a long time, and then it's activated. When we feel it, we are actually being given that opportunity in that moment to feel fully whatever we have stored in our body. The nervous system, the subconscious is storing this. And we can feel it, understand why it's here, meet its need, work with it in a way that we know if there's anything we need to do, and we can feel that to release it without the story, without the mental story. And we want to do that because then we're not constantly activated all the time. And when we're activated all the time, triggered by other people, it's like we are a puppet. We're just being blown around by the life circumstances around us. But actually, we are much more powerful than that when we learn to open as consciousness. Drop the story, come out of the mind and get the wisdom. Also, like pointing up, like wisdom from the consciousness, consciousness itself, and wisdom from the body. And so we can gain a tolerance to be able to feel however we're feeling by opening as consciousness. Because without the story, it's just a sensation. And then that is difficult in itself as well. It's difficult to feel. I have a lot of energy right now, actually, in my body. So I am feeling an intense amount of energy right now. I'm actually not sure why. So I'll listen. I'll open as consciousness. It's from all of the things that I witnessed today on independent news. The tension is high. Tension is high right now. And I can feel it. I tap into humanity. I want to see how are my brothers and sisters doing today. And so I tap in. And so I'm feeling that. I'm feeling the tension of the world, especially in the United States where I am. Happy 4th of July. And so, but there's no mental story. And so, because I'm speaking, so I'm using words, but even as I'm speaking, I'm not, even when something pops into my mind, like I saw the pictures of the men today, the group of men, I don't know the name of the group, and I'm glad that I don't remember, but they were wearing the white masks, and the white supremacist group, and they the pictures on the train with people. And so that evoked in me, when I witnessed that, when I saw that, I was witnessing self. What was happening in me? It evoked in me, this is wrong. This is not love. This is not right. And so because I gained the information right away, I deciphered what I was feeling, I then can drop it. I don't need to continue to hold on to it. In fact, I'm aware that if I keep holding on to that in my mind and I keep going over it, I am creating anxiety for myself. And I am creating for myself where I am living in this. I would be living in that moment again and again and again, when actually I'm right here. And so sometimes we are served to drop whatever we are thinking of that is causing us to feel. I always ask myself, is there anything I can do right now? Is there anything I can do in this moment to help this thing? If there's nothing I can do, I allow myself, I gift myself, I know I'm serving myself by just dropping it. So we are always being guided by our feeling. And the more that so we don't want to identify with the mind, we don't want to identify with the feeling either, the emotions, because we are not that. We are experiencing that. And sometimes we are experiencing a certain feeling, emotion, trigger, and it's real. We are triggered, we feel fear, and there is danger right in front of us. Makes sense. Sometimes we are triggered to fear, and actually there isn't something right in front of us to be afraid of. We know the difference when we open as consciousness again and again out of the mind to listen to the feeling, to the information. Then we start to see, oh, okay, actually, I feel so unsafe because of my childhood, and I react to danger, too quickly. And we can start to become aware. We start to become aware of what is happening around us, what is happening within us. We connect to the depth of ourselves and our truth. And we learn through opening as consciousness and feeling and listening to the feeling. We learn what it is. We learn to decipher illusion. And this is also obviously very, very useful. And so right now we're all feeling a lot. We're feeling a lot. And so what we can do that is so beautiful is to, whenever we feel something intensely, to come out of the mind, just drop the thoughts, really feel the feeling in the body, and just wait for anything to come in. It comes in. It's like our how do I explain this? Like I get downloads, we all get downloads if we're open to receive them. But we get information. We'll just know. It's like without knowing. You'll just all of a sudden know. Okay, you'll get a memory of your childhood and this situation, and you'll just know. It'll come up. And so right now where we're feeling everything, it's really beautiful and helpful to open as consciousness, come into the present moment, listen, and see, is there anything I can do right now? Is there anything that in me that needs to be met? Or is this something that I know what it is from? I'm feeling anxiety because there are things that are causing me anxiety in the world, and that makes sense. And so I know that they're there, I know that they're real and they're happening, but is there anything I can do about it right now? No, drop it. So, but we learn what is what, and we become our own alchemists. We become aligned. We become in alignment, and we know which steps to take, and should we move closer to this or away from this. We learn about ourselves, and we learn how, through this process, through opening as consciousness out of the mind, in the body, use the breath, we connect to a peace that we realize we can connect to again and again and again and again. And as we keep doing it, it's like a muscle, it gets stronger. And so we realize that even right now, I'm still feeling that strong energy in my body. But because I'm open as consciousness, it's just a sensation. And I'm just aware of energy, a lot of energy in my body. So this is going to be really helpful for us all to connect to the peace that is available to us, that we can connect to through opening as consciousness, coming out of the mind into the body, and allowing whatever feeling we are feeling to just be there. This is how eventually it releases. This is how, as we gain capacity to feel and feel and feel for longer amounts of time, and we learn how to quiet the mind and not feed it with the story, it dissipates. And as it dissipates, also, we still get information from it. And this is healing, because this is information we need to know, is there anything I need to change, or what do I need? What do I need from me? What am I not hearing that I need? What am I not, am I abandoning myself? We come to know what it is we need through this process. We release the energy that's stored, the experiences, life experiences stored. We stop being triggered all the time. We can be triggered, we can feel strong energy and open as consciousness and come back into peace and groundedness, in a place where we can choose. We have choice here. So we're not reacting. We are responding in a way that is going to actually be beneficial, move us towards what we want, not towards what we don't want. So it's just this beautiful gift that we all have, like a muscle. Quiet mind, open as consciousness, come to meet ourselves, increase our capacity to feel difficult energies, emotions in the body, and really, really step into our power. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to read this. I'm going to read this. I haven't read it yet, so I'm really excited from this deck. Let's see. I read I picked it because I saw this before. She feels, she knows. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentler knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now, or has just recently come. Gently but firmly, from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or long-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped on to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You are being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. If you can see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be. Did I read that right? Yeah, if you can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the natural processes of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process with absolute trust. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situations in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and of building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away, remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you. For it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. And all that is happening now is happening to that end. Thank you for being here with me. Happy Independence Day. If you like this video, I would love it if you liked it. Support me by subscribing and speak to me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. What's on your heart? What's on your mind? And what do you want to talk about? Okay, I'll connect with you soon. Thank you.